Let's get salty!
Everyone, Zeddy here again today with a brand new card review. It is the final Druid cards. They have been getting some incredible stuff so far, at least in my opinion. Maybe they're terrible. We all know my ratings can be a little sus at times. But yes, they're getting like a Renounce Darkness card for Druid, which is pretty out there. We'll talk about that, as well as just some bunch of other like utility cards and defensive cards and just some pretty decent stuff. We'll see. Anyways, we're gonna review these cards. You want to win them? We're giving away 2 regular pre-orders and 3 mega bundles out of my pocket. To enter that giveaway, like and comment in the video. Link down description below, the one with that thumbnail over there. Be subscribed to the channel. Every 1,000 subs we get until all the cards are revealed, I want another mega bundle, so hit that sub button. Make me go baroque. So let's start off with, this is like Renounce Darkness, right? We have an alternate reality, a 2-mana epic spell. You replace your hand and deck with random choose one cards from the past. They cost 1 less, so you get a bit of a discount on those cards, and you could get like a Coon and refresh your. There's so many bad choose one cards. There's so many just whatever cards. This card's terrible, right? Like you can't even get. I guess if you have, actually, no, it'd be kind of fun to play with this in Wild is the quest where you have to like float mana for a while and get the active choose one going, and then every card in your deck will be active with that. That's kind of neat. But yeah, if you're turning all your cards into choose one cards, it'll be hard to like have Fangel ready is kind of what I'm getting at. But overall, it's a meme card. This is not going to be a competitive card, but people like playing it. People love playing these silly cards, having a good time. Hopefully there'll be like a tavern brawl where you'll have this or something like that. That could be really fun. But overall, am I giving this a competitive mark? No, it's a 1 out of 5 in standard, a 1 out of 5 in Wild. But I like when they make these cards. They're just fun. I think they're good for the game. And then you just never know when you randomly cast this or get this as a spell, what kind of game of Hearthstone you might get. You never know, right? Something pretty silly could happen. But yeah, overall, definitely not going to be a competitive card, at least in my opinion. Next, we have the Highborn Mentor, an 8-mana 6/6 epic card. Battle Cry, you get a 2/2 pupil. Discover a spell that costs 7 or more from the past to teach it. That 2/2 is 2 mana. Yeah, it's like School Teacher, right? School Teacher could teach a spell. What was it, like 3 or less, wasn't it, back in the day? Regardless, it's like that, but double the cost. And that card was incredible, but it was a lot cheaper, neutral, had to get nerfed at one point. Is this that? No, but there is one card I kind of keep in mind in standard, the new double Battle Cry card, right? You play that, you can double the pupil, the spell you get, which could be pretty good. There's a lot of pretty nice big spells in Druid, although I don't think you're ever playing this in Wild. I mean, you got Brand and all that, but still, yeah, it's just very expensive. I don't know if this is particularly worth it. It's an 8-mana 6/6 do nothing. That's kind of just really bad. Obviously we've gone over some cards that can make this really cheap if it's at the bottom of your deck and all that, but overall, I think it's more of a flavor throwback to School Teacher. Could be a disgustingly good arena card, and if you're on 10 mana or more, you can play this plus the pupil at the same time. So there is that, but overall, I don't think this is going to be a playable constructed card in standard or Wild. I'll give it a 2 for standard. I think it has maybe the most fringe of chances of happening, but in Wild, I got to give it a 1 where, yeah, it's an 8-mana 6/6. I just don't see it, okay? I don't see even like the alignments and the Ysells of the world or Avianas of the world. I don't see it happening. Next, we have the Endangered Dodo, a 5-mana 5/5 beast. So you could discover this with that other card we saw earlier and put the bottom of your deck with Taunt. If you have 10 or less health, that is quite the low total. You gains +5/+5 and summons a copy of it. So if you're that low, where you're at 10 or less, you will get a 5-mana 2 10/10s, right? 20/20 in Taunt, which is really good. Unless you hand buff this or discovered it with that other card, it's got +5/+5 on top of that. that's pretty darn great. And Druid is a class that can get pretty low because it can play, you know, very slow and trying to play like a ramp strat or trying to like, you know, spell damage you down. This could be a pretty good defensive option, but obviously doesn't save you from burn and things like that. But there's not a lot of like silence and ways to get through minions that easily these days. So it's something to maybe consider as an offensive option, but other than that, without the battle cry active, it's just a 5/5 taunt, which is just not good. That's very bad. You really, really need to be 10 or lower, and if you're 10 or low, you're really riding a very fine line. I think it's probably, you'll probably go the way of the dodo if you go for the strat of this card, and I think that's very flavorful, so I'll give it a 2. It has potential. There is a chance, but it is a spooky one to try and go for, and in Wild, I'll give it a 1, because even if you can't. You're just going to die. You can't play a big taunt and hope to win a game in Wild Hearthstone, unless it's from an egg, and you get a lot of them in their 2020s, right? So I just don't see it happening there. Next, we have another nature spell, so always can think about Imbue Druid. Ebb and Flow, 2-mana nature spell, you deal 3 damage. Oh no, that's more burn for Elodious Druid, so automatically this is playable. If you played a minion while holding this, gain 5 armor, which ironically, yeah, Elodious Druid doesn't play a lot of minions, so it might take a bit of time to get that on it, but this could be just spot removal, this could be burn, and it could just help keep you alive. This is a pretty good card. Actually, a really good card. I don't think it's a 5-star card, but it's definitely at least a 4. So this is a really strong burn card, survival card, really flexible. And yeah, if you're playing a decent amount of minions, then you're gaining some armor out of it too. So, and again, Druid likes to try and, you know, stay alive, stall the game, gain armor. That's definitely part of Druid's game plan for years and years and years now. And again, spell damage Druid is really good in standard right now, and this just kind of goes in there. So yeah, I'm gonna give this a 4 to 5 in standard. I will give this a 3 in Wild. I could see like a Malagos Druid or something, just having more burn could be useful, although they don't really play a lot of minions, so I'll give it a 3. I think it could see play in Wild, maybe more in like a Reno deck or like a greedier deck like that. It's just not too bad. 5 armor for 2 mana and 3 damage, just really solid. So yeah, 3 in Wild, 4 in standard. I almost want to give it a 5. Like, this is actually a really strong spell. And then lastly, we have a Druid Rewind card. I'm almost hoping every Rewind card sucks because it's so annoying how slow the keyword is. We've talked about that. And this doesn't seem great. It's a Druid of Regrowth, 6 mana, 3/5, a Rewind, Battle Cry. You cast 2 random nature spells, which could be whatever. A lot of it could be just like self-targeting. There's some buffs, draws, but for 6 mana, for like a little mini Yogg on nature spells, not amazing. Good arena pick, probably, maybe, but in terms of ladder, I don't think this is worth the spot. You could double the Battle Cry, of course, with the new card and all that, but overall, this is probably a 1 out of 5 for me in standard, a 1 out of 5 for me in Wild. But yeah, I'm just dreading Rewind being really good or really prevalent in the meta, which is how slow and clunky it feels. But yeah, to me, this card doesn't seem amazing in any way. And I believe that is it. So Druid, to me, is getting an incredible set of cards this expansion. Like, and Druid's not struggling right now. No ramp or anything, but they got mana cheat, removal, burn, armor gain, value, copying. My goodness, man. I'm glad I like playing Druid, so I guess I'm excited in a way. Anyways, so let me know what you think about these cards in the comments down below. No reveals over the weekend. It's Shaman Day, I think, on Monday. And yeah, we're going to be revealing that Fabled Legendary in that period. So look out for all that. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. Have a great day and stay salty, my friends.